Good evening, Agenda Rights. It's Tuesday, the 25th of February. How are we doing, bath time?
I'm very good, thank you, Mr. B. I wasted at least half an hour trying to stick through that Eric Ten Hag interview. Wish I'd never bothered. But yeah.
I saw some
All he
title.
went on about was his big pair of cups.
Are you serious?
Yeah. No, he said some vaguely interesting things. He blamed TikTok on like players not being able to get sort of tactical instructions.
TikTok?
He did mention TikTok, yeah. He said that because of TikTok and things like that, players have only got an attention span of 2 minutes. So it's very difficult to give them detailed instructions. He talks about his game model a little bit, but said nothing interesting about it, just that one existed. And it felt a bit like a kind of wash piece where he was talking about how he likes to give players like agency and feeling, and you have to treat them with feeling and stuff like that. And then you hear what Varane said. You hear what Varane said, and it doesn't sound through. But I wouldn't recommend watching it unless the guy who's presenting it with him, he's sort of like. Do you remember the Fast Show where they had a guy that did Jazz Club?
Jazz Club?
No,
Jazz. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it just go nice. If the guy who does it is like a cross between that guy and the Honey Monster, and that is the only visually interesting thing.
Honey Monster. Fair enough.
Like Cocoa Puffs, man.
I saw it. I should have realized. I didn't. My brain didn't think.
The Honey Monster's an ex-player for Manchester United. I'll have you know, Mr. B.
No, he still plays. Luke Shaw.
Well, do you not remember he took Schmeichel's place?
Who?
The Honey
Luke
Monster.
Shaw?
Like that old cat. No. You know who the Honey Monster is?
Sugar Puffs.
Yeah, Sugar Puffs.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a whole campaign about him being the goalkeeper for Manchester United about 25 years ago. Like he was like, in the TV advert.
That must have been in Wales, bro. I don't remember.
I wasn't in Wales then. Right, someone confirm that for me, that the Honey Monster played for Manchester United.
Not Andrew. And obviously, we did that long welcoming. The fashionista is in the house. Yabba, how you doing?
Not bad, thank you. Not bad. Apart from feeling like I'm getting terrorized and bullied backstage.
Why? What happened?
Oh, nothing. I thought bath time was, when you mentioned TikTok, I think he was trying to make a joke with his wordplay there, saying tit talk or something like that. But
no, that was the big pair of cups.
Anyway, yeah, let's get on with the show. You wouldn't believe this, but I woke up. I'm so tired. I came home from work. I had some fish, and I was thinking, right, I got to wait for the show now. And I fell asleep, and luckily I woke up just now. So if you see,
those are your pajamas.
Yeah, these are my pajamas. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I'm cool. Hope everyone is fine in the comments, and looking forward to a big game tomorrow. Ipswich Town.
Okay, look at a big game against Ipswich. Just terror. How the mighty have fallen. Look, before we go any further, let's say a couple of howdies. Stephanie, almost 30 years ago, I witnessed live Old Trafford. Oh, Andy. Don't we just wish we had one of the 4 strikers in that little clip that we had? Bloody hell. Anyway, Steph, I hope you're doing well. I hope your family is well. Saw the comment. Hopefully things work out and they get well soon.
Yeah, all the best wishes from everyone here to you, Steph. You do a lot for us, so let us know if we can do anything for you.
Thanks, Stephen.
Solo in the house, stalking as usual. Let's see what crap comment he comes up with. Can't believe he was the founder of the channel. I tell you. Stuart, I hope you're doing well, man. You're gonna be on with us tomorrow for the reaction. Um, we don't know what to predict, but we'll get some score predictions from you guys later. Andrew, so Stephanie, they had. Oh, sometimes I don't like reading. I'm so scared when I start reading Andrews. Anyway, Andrew's in the house. I am Titanium's in the house. Matty Bassett, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Let's see what else. Simon Warner. Greetings to the crazy gang. Have you had a good day all? Well, we're still living. Vincent Bullock. Oh, Lord have mercy, Vincent. 10-1, he's gone. Sometimes I do wonder. Sometimes I really do wonder. Fun. If we lose tomorrow, there will be a big question mark over Amarin. There's a lot of people questioning him already. He's not going to go anywhere before the end of the season. I don't think he even finished crap BDF4 between now and the end of the season. He's still going to be here. Tomorrow night could be an all-time low, but I'm going for a win. Of course, you're going to go for a win. We've got Ipswich. We are playing Ipswich. Come on, there's only 3 teams worse than us in the Premier League at the moment, and Ipswich is one of them. So let's be confident, man. Let's just right. So look, we started with we've got Obi on the thumbnail. But after I know you've been saying we shouldn't be rushing him. He's too young. Blah blah blah. Have you changed your mind in the last couple of weeks? Maybe not seeing what he's doing on the pitch, but more seeing what Rasmus and Zerkamp are doing.
No, I haven't changed my mind. I think that those two are still. Well, I mean, like, look, Xerxes not a number 9, is he? He's a number 10 now, and we'll see how he gets on. I haven't changed my mind about Chido. I still think that you've got to be very, very careful with his minutes and so on, and it's got nothing to do with how poor Rasmus Højlund is. I'd play pretty much anyone over Rasmus Højlund, but not a 17-year-old. Like, you've got to look after him. So I'd like to see Chido come on, play half an hour, and just build up minutes in the leg.
Like he's been doing. Yeah?
Am I still here?
Yeah, still here.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, just... Sorry. Yeah, I just keep him, like, going along the same route. I just don't want to sort of, like, rush him and burn him out and stifle his development. It's not fair on him. So yeah, I'm gonna keep playing Rasmus until I think Chido's ready to start.
Yeah, Bar.
Yeah, I think Bartha makes some good points, but I think there's no risk of playing him. For me, he's played half an hour. He played a few 30 seconds. He played half an hour. Hopefully, he get a bit longer this time. This is all about development, isn't it? To have a look at him and sort of bed him in slowly. He deserves a start, in my opinion. A lot of fans would be excited to see that. And like you say, we've got games coming up. Why not start playing him? Because you never know when you might need him. And if he's match fit for the seniors and confident playing for the seniors by having a start, you could need him later on in the season. And he could come on and do the business. Look, they're starting tomorrow with Delap up front. And he scored 10 goals in Premier League this season.
Has he?
10 Premier League goals Delap scored for Ipswich. And I know he's a few years older, but they would know each other. You know, they'd be aware of each other because they're both youth players. They're both recently, around that era. It's like people around your age, you're aware of, you know that. And I'm sure if you ask Delap whether he could start, Delap would say, yeah, man, boy's quality. We saw enough the other day when he came on to say that he's got something about him. Me personally, I know it's not desperate because we still got Xerxes and Rasmus there, but I would maybe, this is, it's not to scare anybody, but sometimes to get the best out players, you have to have competition for place. I would start Chido tomorrow to say to Rasmus, you're not playing good enough, you're not guaranteed to start. Like what you said with Garnacho yesterday, Mr. B, sometimes if you drop him, he comes back and does a little better or starts to think about his game and does what the manager wants. And I think Rasmus deserves to be dropped. because he hasn't performed at his best, and maybe it might give him that spark to sort of come back stronger. So for me, I would definitely start Cheeto tomorrow, because we're at home, because we're playing a team in the relegation zone. I don't think there's much to lose. And if the manager does it and pulls it off, the manager will become a hero. Trust me, it will turn things around, because I see a lot of question marks about the manager right now. And it's unjustified, to be honest. But all it takes is for him to bring on a guy like that, let him get a brace, get a hat trick or something, and suddenly he's a manager who can bring in young players and turn it around from the fickle fans. That's what they will say. But I would start him. I think he's ready. I don't think there's no issues as far as I'm concerned, apart from maybe upsetting Rasmus. But I think he does need to be upset and sit down for it.
All right,
what do you think it would be? Because like you're a striker, man. I know.
Fuck Rasmus, bro. I'm starting Gino.
Okay.
I'm starting Gino. It's not even. Yeah. I'm done. I'm done with the Vikings. I am done with Rasmus.
He refused to put a question mark on the thumbnail
because it's a fact. He has to start. It's Cheeto time.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. I'm not interested in seeing Rasmus. Somebody actually put in here. Here we go. Angel or Angel. We could start Fred the Red up front tomorrow. Yeah. And you would probably do a better job. Honestly, I'm done with -9, man. I have no interest in Rasmus starting. Don't get me wrong, Cheeto can't play every game from now to the end of the season, but Rasmus has had starts and ain't done nothing. So start him, give him the opportunity, give him an hour. As you talk about saving these legs, give him an hour and take him off.
How would you justify that to Rasmus?
He's been shit.
Oh, you'd say that? Yeah.
Yes, he's been. Come on, man.
Has he scored for Amrin in the Premier League?
Has he scored? He hasn't scored for ages. I know that.
Did he not score in Europe for Amrin?
Maybe. It might have been maybe it was Ten Hag's last game.
I genuinely can't remember. Like he definitely scored 2 for Rude.
Well, he hasn't scored in 16 games, whether that includes Europe or Prem or FA Cup. 16 games.
Right, where's We Deserve Better, my stat man? Like, has Rasmus scored for Amrin in the Premier League? I'm sure he did. I'm sure he got a tap in. Like he was in a really weird place against someone, and I think he might have got 2.
Did he get one? What goal? What the goal where he scored with the quick touch? Boom, boom. Was that an Amrin game or was that one of Ten Hag's last ones?
I think that was a Rude game.
Oh God, makes it even worse. Okay, fair enough. Okay.
Well, there we go. Versus Forest.
So December the 7th. Is that Amrin?
Yeah, Amrin.
I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
December the 7th in a 3-2 loss. He can't play. Half time. Are you? So you at no stage are you saying you think Cheeto should be starting, even knowing that he hasn't scored in 16 games?
That I'm not saying that. I'm saying not yet. Like it's nothing to do with how shit Rasmus Højlund is, right? It's everything to do about Cheeto. Yeah, like we've seen players like Danny Cadamartri, if anyone remembers him, like burning bright at the start. Like Cheeto's at an age where he's got to be working on his body. And do you remember when Rasmus came? He had a broken back or something, or he had like a stress fracture that could lead to a broken back. Like you have to be really careful about the physical load that you put on these young players. Like we saw. I know it was a different time, but we saw Giggsy, Sharp, all of them being managed, like their minutes and their game time. And because it's desperate times, I don't want Cheeto's development to like. Can you imagine if he got like a hammy or something like that, or he got an avoidable injury? I think you just need to gradually build his minutes up and look for him starting maybe in April or something like that when he's sort of more used to the Premier League. But as I say, it's nothing to do with preferring Rasmus over Cheeto. It's about Cheeto's health and his future career for us. No, Yabba?
Yeah, it's tough one. I think the way things are, the fans want to see him play. They're like, look, just bring this guy on, take that pile of, as Stephen pile of doo-doo off, as Mr. B would say, That's how the fans feel. So that's why I'm swayed to say, look, man, just give the guy a game. No more time for sort of tender, nurturing. That's far gone. I think the guy is ready. If you ask Cheeto, listening to what Bathtime just said, he'd probably say, yeah, it's probably true, but I know I can go out there and do it. If he's got one, I don't know what his character's like, but get some players who are like, this ain't lying to me. I've got this. I can do this. Especially when you're young, you're fearless like that. And I think that's what we need right now. Rasmus is, if you can see his stress lines or whatever, his frown lines, whatever. He's stressed at the moment. He's trying too hard to do something for Man United Football Club. It's not working. You need something like that. A wild card would be someone who's stress-free, coming on. No one's got any data for him, and he can come on and do something different.
That's what I was thinking. That's the part that I was more thinking. The fact that nobody knows what he's going to do. Obviously, the teammates do at United, but opposition, they're not going to know if his left foot is his best foot. You know what I mean? There's little things that they wouldn't know. I'm just thinking about giving us the advantage. I understand.
I think they will know.
I understand what Bathtime. I get what you're saying, but
who do you think he's playing against in the under-18s and under-21s and stuff like that? It's not like behind closed doors with they've got footage, scouts.
My thing is, if you can hit the target, you can hit the target.
Yeah, but that's very different to you saying like no one will know what to expect from him. Like they will know what to expect from him.
You think so?
Of course they will. The amount of resources Premier League clubs have, the amount of data that they have on their under-18s, their under-21 teams, the amount of people watching.
You think that the player's going to remember all of that if he starts or if he doesn't start?
They'll give him they will know what his best foot is. They will know if he's fast and things like that. They will definitely have the basics.
I think, Bathtime, there's a difference between theory and practice. This is the thing. This is my point. You're right what you're saying. In theory, they can say, all right, oh, yeah, Cheeto, he's this up-and-coming guy who does A, B, and C. But I'm talking about in practice. They're not practiced in dealing with him. And that's going to be a different thing altogether. So
but he's also not practiced against, like, these centre-halves and stuff like that. Like, it works both ways.
It does, but more so in Cheeto's favour because I think he might not be practiced, but he's a striker. He can do something off the cuff. He
just needs a moment. I agree. Yeah. I agree with that.
It's advantage Cheeto in this situation, I believe. But it's a good discussion. But we will look at our teams, and we didn't manage to pick a team, did we? But tomorrow we've gone things are so bad right now. We've lost even that team right now. But I think. Personally, minutes is important. He played 30 the other day. I want to see him play 20, 70 came on 70 minutes something. I want to see him play a bit longer than that, like you said, to build it up. And there's no reason, but then I also think, okay, there's no reason why he cannot start the game with the current situation of December being the last goal for Rasmus. No one else is in consideration. When he arrived at the club, before he actually signed, there's a bit of delay. It was said by some unofficial sources that he was going to be third in line behind Xerxes and Rasmus. Turns out now he's like just over 24 hours away, getting a brace tomorrow or something, from being maybe first in line. Imagine that after only a few minutes. The guy's a goal-scoring sensation, and I think it's about time we let him loose against Ipswich.
I agree, but I still wouldn't start him because he's got 25 minutes of senior football like in his legs, and he's going up against a team that are fighting for their lives. I think that, like, I'm not against like blooding the youth and all that kind of stuff, but remember that Southampton game that we won? Was it 9-0 with Ollie? They had a youth player who was 17 or 18 sent off in the first 2 or 3 minutes. Like, I think that we need to know a little bit more about Cheeto before we can trust him as playing as starting striker in the Premier League. And because of that, that's why I wouldn't start him. I'm not saying I've told you that I'd like to see him starting towards the back end of April, where we've been able to prepare him properly and we know a bit more about him. I just think I don't think it's a good idea to throw children in a bad moment. You want to be bringing them into a functional team with good characters around them. And we don't have that.
We don't have no good moments. So that means he's not going to play for the whole season.
Sorry?
We don't. No. We're not having any good moments by half time. I understand it's better him coming into a winning team. I get that, but sometimes needs must. You know, he might be the one who raises everybody's spirits.
Yes.
He might be. He also might get sent off and stuff. Like, we need to prepare this player physically and mentally.
Come on, man.
What do you mean, come on?
Talking about him getting sent off.
Yeah, and you're talking about him scoring goals. They're both hypotheticals that happen in football.
Yeah, but you've gone for the worst too, man.
Yeah, because I'm giving the other side to the argument, which is that we can't throw lambs to slaughter because we don't know if he's physically or mentally developed enough.
You know what? You know, if halftime had kids, they wouldn't be able to play out in the streets. They said, "Don't stay in the back garden. You're not allowed playing out." Why?
He wouldn't even let them in the back garden.
Is this what you think an analogy is? Comparing my fictional children playing on the street to a 17-year-old starting as the number 9 Manchester United in the league.
It's dangerous out there. You don't know what could happen.
Maybe I am cautious by nature, but look, I'm not hating on the kid. I think the romance of it all is lovely and stuff, but we have to take a bit of a pragmatic view.
I just don't think it's anything to do with romance now. He's scoring goals.
Not in the Premier League.
Time is everything. Time is everything, and
we'll see. We'll see. I would love to be so wrong on this, and he plays every minute for the rest of the season and gets 10 goals and all of that kind of stuff. But I think that I think that there's a duty of care to the players, and that there has to be a path to the first team, a developmental one.
Yeah, but
Mr. B, let's double up on him. I'll tag you in a second. Yeah, just tag me in quickly.
Wrong side.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, anyway,
You're about to get double teamed.
Cluso and Cato. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Half time. Let me put to you. We're playing Ipswich at home. Yes. Okay. Good opportunity for him in front of the whole stand, the fans, get the fans back on side, bringing a youngster out there. They'll be saying he's one of our own, all that kind of thing. He's been there since, how long has he been there? Since he came in September, did he? Or
yeah.
So he came in September. So he's been there quite a long time, bedding into the club by playing youth football, getting more than a goal a game in youth football under 21s. He's been bedded in, playing really well. And now he's got a minute against Spurs. Then he got some minutes against Everton, all right, in a game that we had finished really well, had a lot of momentum, and he kind of played pretty good, where the fans saying, "Oh God, he's ready." Now you don't halt that momentum by not playing him even longer or even starting. Now, if he starts tomorrow, which is not like we're playing away at Liverpool, where that would be a bad decision, I reckon. Starting tomorrow means a good thing, because we're playing against a team that we can beat and we're expected to beat and we will create chances against, and he needs to be at the end of it, and it's an opportunity for him to say, make his announcement on the Premier League. Now, I'm not saying after that he must play every game, but if you're going to play him, it's got to be, the timing's right for him to play tomorrow. Tag, pow, Mr. B.
Yeah, it's the team they're playing. I agree. It's the team they're playing. If they were playing Everton, you know, with the Dogs of War defenders, or you know, a top team, we're playing the second or third worst team in the Premier League at home. I understand we've stank at home. I get it, but we're still at home. I just feel that he's gonna get the space to play, and this could just change United's season. You know, it's not that you're gonna hold him down and, you know, he's going to become the next, like, I don't know.
Andy Cole.
Yeah, well, I would have said Andy Cole, but he's got a long way to go to that. I'm not comparing anybody to Andy Cole.
Can I just stop right there? Andy Cole came from Arsenal.
I have no problem with Andy Cole. I know where he ended up, and that's all that I care about. What he did before that is nothing. Until he walked through the doors, He didn't even play for Newcastle. He was born and played for Man United, as far as I'm concerned. Chido's going to get his chance. He will get his chance by half time. You want it in April, and I think we need him. We need him a couple weeks before that. To be fair, and look, maybe Rasmus needs a rest. Could it be that Rasmus needs a rest?
Yeah. Rasmus needs to be thrown into the Irwell. Like he's done as a footballer. Can I just check that these are your arguments? Yours is about momentum. That by not starting him, you're
timing
and momentum. And Mr. B, yours is it's because of the opposition we're playing, and it's at home.
And the fact that Rasmus is a bag of sherbet. Yeah.
No, Rasmus isn't part of this.
All right. Okay. He's ready. If he's scoring the goals that he's been scoring, he can only beat what's in front of him. And the fact that he's finding the net is more what I'm interested in. A goal scorer is a goal scorer. You're either born with it or you're not born with it. And I think he's born with it.
I'd be much more taken by the argument that like he came on against Everton, did well, but the team played far better when he was on. Like I'd be much more receptive to that argument. But with Yabba's one, we know that Ferguson used to take players out of the team when he felt they had momentum to keep them grounded, send them back to the under-18s, the under-21s and stuff. So like I understand your sort of timing and your momentum one, but it doesn't convince me because I think that it's a kind of romantic, like more sort of like spiritual thing than an actual practical thing.
Welcome to the world of football. It is a romantic game.
Yeah, no, I completely understand it, but unfortunately, I've also been listening to Ten Hag for the last 30 minutes, and a lot of romance, despite your shirt, has drained out of me. But I think that look, I'm not against Chido being a starter, but I think that caution is the best thing for the moment because the promotion has come really, really fast, and you look back at people like Anthony Martial. Brilliant at the start of their career, great. And then they didn't quite develop their bodies properly for the position that they were playing in and so on. And I don't want to see us making the same mistakes that I think we made with Rashford and Martial and putting them on to Cheeto. And that is why I think that caution is the better part of valor here.
Someone look up how many games Martial had for Monaco before he played for Man United, please. First 10 games.
Yeah, but that's not the Premier League.
Senior football, man. Come on. Anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, all right. Then look how many minutes he had, and look how many minutes Cheeto's had, which is 25 minutes of senior football. What does that change with how you're with what you're saying?
It changes because he's been developed since September at the club, preparing every young player prepared for that day where they can be on the bench and be closer to senior football. That's the goal for every young player that comes to Man United. Even when you come at 4 years old, the goal is
some of them need loans
to get into the senior team. Now he's come so close. Now he's sniffing around the team. Start training with them. He got off the bench. He's got minutes. He's got half an hour now behind him. I think that's development. The next stage is a game. Maybe they said we're going to bring you on against Spurs. And then we're going to bring you on against Everton to get you in and around the squad. And then we're going to target a game against Ipswich coming up in the future where you're at home and there's an opportunity to start. Once you've got that confidence, maybe this is part of the development.
Maybe. I just think I do agree with that. And I think that's a good way of doing it. I just think that the minutes and the legs need to be built up in more incrementally. Like going from 3 minutes to 25 minutes to 60 is a lot.
But you know what? You're talking about you said a lot about legs. What do you mean building up the explain that part to me.
What, building up minutes? Because I don't believe that the standard of fitness in the under-21s or the under-18s is anything approaching the standard of fitness in a Premier League match. the amount of runs they have to do, the distances that they have to cover. It's it's the difference between men's football and kids football. You're dealing with more powerful athletes who are stronger and fitter and can run more. And I think that because of we know that injuries happen when you overexert yourself and use up more reserves of glycogen or whatever in your blood and things. I think that the body needs to sort of acclimatize to that, and that is why you build people up incrementally so they can deal with that increased level of physical stress.
There's a quote that says, "If you're young enough, if you're good enough, you're old. If you're young enough, whatever."
Yes, yeah.
You know what I mean? I think players now, because the development is so intense, I think players at 16, 17, 18 could be ready. We've seen a few. I mean, Arsenal had a youngster came on the other day.
Lewis Skelly?
Yeah,
yeah.
He became their best youngster to play. The youngest player, I think, to play for them. He came into a good side, mind you, and he was given minutes. And now people are talking about him starting with Saka out. No one's having complaints about that, and he's playing really well. He's got a goal and assist quite often in every game. So when you see it around the Premier League, I must admit it's not often, but some players develop faster than the others. And I think when you're a striker, especially, you've got less kind of responsibility. All you ask to do is score goals and do something electric. That's
all you have to do is score goals. That's why they get paid all of the money, because that's
hard. Yeah, simply, yeah. I know there's more to it than that, but I just think this is what I'm saying. I'm being a bit of a romantic, like Martin said, but I think it's perfect timing. And I would actually, even regardless of, I would ask people in the comments, would you start Cheeto tomorrow? And I guarantee the majority of them would say
they're all going to say yes. Of course, they're all going to say yes. They're romantic.
The romantic, regardless of there's logic. You'll come with some logic there, but your stuff is theory. In practice, I think it's more likely it could work.
Well, a narrative argument will always win over the other ones. And the narrative of Cheeto scoring a goal and making us all feel good, one of our own, a young player, age, youth, courage, that everyone is going to pick is going to go with Cheeto. So I've no issues with Cheeto starting. It's just personally for me, I wouldn't unless I was given some data or something that he is physically capable to play all of this.
Do you think they would play him if he wasn't physically capable half time?
Oh, I hope not. But it depends how desperate Amarin is. And in their bubble up in Carrington, my God, what an awful situation we're in with all this stuff about people losing their jobs, Amarin's people not being allowed meals and things like that. Terrible results. We could go to 16th on goal difference if things went really badly. Don't forget that there is a sort of siege mentality there. There's a siege mentality up there, and we don't know the mind of Amarin. He's a very inexperienced manager, only 40 years old. We saw Shaw and Martinez playing for Ten Hag, coming back from injury, really, really early to get results and things. I don't know. It wouldn't be the strangest thing in the world to me.
Vincent's agreeing with you, if that's any consolation. I think he's the only one. Everybody else is saying give him a chance. Which, look, as I said, the desperate part of it and the romantic part of it. I mean, we would lose our mind if he came on and scored the winning goal. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. So yeah, I get the romantic part of it. I just don't think our club is got a romantic mode in its body. I want to see him play.
Is it you don't want to see Rasmus play, or you want to see Cheeto?
I detest Rasmus. I just detest. If he played Xerxes and Garnacho and found somebody else to play there, then fine. And Rasmus didn't play, didn't put on his kit, I don't have a problem. But I do actually believe that Cheeto does deserve a chance. He scored a lot of goals. As a striker, that's all you could ask. If it was that easy, we'd have loads of kids, loads of our youth. Our youth.
We have though, haven't we?
not
like
scoring
Joe
goals like that.
Hugill.
I mean, he's
Like-
it's stupid. It's ridiculous. Since he's come, it's ridiculous. And don't forget, he's been doing that at Arsenal before. That's the whole point of us taking him.
Well, I mean, from what we've seen of the under-21s tonight, I fully expect to see Cheeto play tomorrow. Like him and Heaven, like weren't even in the squad for the under-21s who are playing Sutton United, I think, tonight. Like they're definitely going to be involved in the squad tomorrow, and like I'd be intrigued to see what goes on with Heaven, to be honest, because it looks like Mazraoui's out, and we're not sure if Yoro is 100% fit, and like Evans is out, like, and I'd be very against starting Heaven, to be honest. But you could make exactly the same argument about Ipswich aren't a very good team, we're playing at home, and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, anyway, we'll see.
I think that's a good argument as well, because we're talking about the striker.
Oh no, that's not a good. That wasn't meant to be a good argument.
No. What my point is, we're here having this discussion about Shido coming in because of poor form of Rasmus, and he's ready, scoring goals. He's primed to come in and do the job for the senior team. Whereas Martinez being out, no one's really talking about a left-footed centre back that we've also brought in from Arsenal, who's big and strong as well. And no one's really desperate or made that conversation or put it on the thumbnail to say Heaven must play, But I think there's a good argument to be made for that, because he's left-footed, he's big and strong, and it just fits perfectly. We've signed him for a reason. He can play in that position.
He was also paraded. He was paraded around Old Trafford like he was a first-team signing with Dorgu.
Well, there you go. These are factors that I think show the importance of youngsters. When you look at, we're looking to sign a young player from Sporting who's still only 17, who's been.
Oh, you're right, yeah, but Amarin loves teenagers, doesn't he? Yeah. He plays young players early.
No fear of playing teenagers, and in a championship-winning team, made him the player he is because he got the minutes. Maybe Amarin's got the right mindset to. Get over to young players. You forget Amarin's probably younger than all of us here on the panel. Maybe about your age. Is he? He's 40 years old.
He's older than
me. He's older than you.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, maybe so. But I think sometimes you're more in touch with the younger players, and for him to bring on Quendo, is it Quendo? Yeah, to him to make him a star, make him a mainstay of the Sporting team. He can take credit for that. And he can say, all the young players can say, "Oh yeah, Amarin's he's got some sort of a lingo or code where he can get through to the youngsters, that sort of thing." So yeah.
Double muting there. Sorry. Yeah.
Why did you mute yourself?
Because
were you going to bark as well? Territorial.
Chris, do me a favor. Oi, pull the door in.
Should we do some comments?
Yeah, we don't have to. To be fair, I've had him showing up while we've been talking, because sometimes it's just better to talk. So I had him up already, so we don't need to do the comments. What I do want to know is what your 11 is, what you think the starting 11 is going to be for tomorrow.
I'd love to bin Onana, to be completely honest. Like, he's the way that, like, you have kind of turned on Rasmus, and it's it is unusual for United fans to hate their players, but Onana, man, is driving me
Onana, man.
I mean, he's got a lot of banana skins in him. Onana, man, is driving me mental. I mean, it's like seeing a volleyball player out there at times. I just don't want to see him in the shirt again. I would probably play Maguire, Yoro, and I mean, he'll be playing as a centre back. I can't say Heaven, but who else do we have there? Am I missing someone? Lindelof.
Lindelof won't play.
Well, it depends. De Ligt is he like, he's a doubt, isn't he?
Oh yeah, I didn't know he was a doubt. Is that why Maguire? I mean, surely.
I actually quite like Andrew's team, to be honest.
Bayende, Dillit, Maguire, Euro, Dalot, Dorgu, Casemiro, Gata. Oh my God!
I'd take Casemiro out.
Yeah, I wouldn't play. I wouldn't play Casemiro.
I personally would play Casemiro, but not in this system. I'd put Bruno next to Ugarte, and I'd have Garnacho, Xerxes,
but Bruno
Rasmus
does
up front.
nothing there, half time.
Who?
Bruno does nothing there. Wouldn't you?
He did all right in the second half against Everton when he went deeper. He did he was either really good or really shit when he played back there. But the team were up the pitch better. He looks after the ball a bit better in that position. He's got switch passing and
wouldn't touch
he's
Eriksen.
got the running. If Eriksen's around, Eriksen would pretty much be my number one choice every time to play in the midfield. But I'm not from what I understand, Amnon said today that there are no players coming back, and it's essentially the same squad that he had against Everton.
I saw he said that. I'll be honest, I don't know what the squad was for the Everton game, which means that Euro's available. Was Delit injured? Was he?
He's a doubt as far as I know.
Well, that means then he won't be playing. So he's probably going to go with the same back three.
But Delit started as the back three.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. But I think that if De Ligt isn't fit, I think Lindelof will come in. I don't think he'll start Heaven.
Wow. Like I was saying about the mindset of the manager, I think he's likely to play these guys. He's got nothing to lose. I think youngsters.
He has got a lot to lose. He's got his job to lose.
I don't think he's got his job to. You said this earlier in the show, Mr. B. You don't think his job's on the line?
I think he's got the fans to lose.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if the fans go, I mean, I'm hearing that they had tickets available for the game. Still had.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's unheard of playing Arsenal, So maybe it is starting to. I mean, you've heard Stuart. There's some games where Stuart said he just ain't going. He's not interested. He's not wasting his money. Maybe it's.
That's why he's on Match Reaction tomorrow night. He's not going to the game.
Their loss, our gain.
Yeah.
Come on.
So would you, if De Ligt is injured, do you and Mazraoui is injured, do you play Heaven over Lindelof there, Yabba?
Yeah, definitely. I think the manager will. And when I say he's got nothing to lose, and you say, well, he's got his fans will turn on him, I don't think the fans would have any issue with playing youngsters. They would excuse that, say, oh, it's okay. Don't say, oh God, how can he play a youngster like that? I think they would be encouraged by that. I think everyone would be excited about that. They want to see Heaven play. They're fed up of seeing these bloody first team players playing, so they want to see one of these younger players come through. We signed him recently. You want to see him have a game soon. We've seen the excitement that Shido's caused by coming in and the reputation he has. I think the same applies to the other guy as well. And I think if any manager's going to do it, I think it's going to be Amrin, because I think that's his style. That's what he's going to fall back on. So he say at the end of the season, look, I told you so. We haven't spent much money, but I brought through two youngsters who are now ready-made for next season because they've had enough game time and you've seen them enough, and people will be crying for them to be in the first team squad.
Mr. B? Say the name.
I don't see Heaven starting. I don't see him starting. I don't see Lindelof starting. Lindelof was probably going to start over Heaven, to be fair, as much as it would piss me off. Because he's not going to go... Because we're saying that Euro starts, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't go Euro, Maguire, and Heaven. I don't... Fuck my life.
He'd look like Fagan.
I don't see how he looks like Fagan. I don't see it happening. I think that's too much of a risk.
Does Euro at 18 years old or 19 years old start because he's had game time season with his club in France, the season in France.
And the price tag.
Okay, and the price tag. Okay.
And his wages, to be honest.
I mean, Euro hasn't been bad. He hasn't made errors, has he? That have cost us goals.
He's not. I mean, his best moments at United still was his debut against Arsenal. But the thing is that he was brought in as member of the first team squad, and he was brought in to compete and play first team football,
Which he's doing.
Yeah, which he's doing, which is fine. But I don't think that Heaven has been brought in to compete as a first team player for this season. I think that he's someone for next season. And so that's what the difference is, I think.
Got Simon Warner's team here. He's got Onana, Euro, Maguire, God help me, Delit, Dalot, Ugarte, Ericsson, Dorgu, Garnacho, Bruno, and Xerxes. See, I'm not a Dalot fan, but I suppose you come. See, I like this. I would rather go with Bruno playing in the 10 and Ericsson playing beside Ugarte.
Do we all think Garnacho starts? Yeah, after impressive cameo.
The thing is, he has impressive cameos, and when he starts, he does fuck all.
Yeah, but after you can't just keep him as a bench player, can you? Like if you're coming off and performing well, I get that.
That's the whole point. I get that. Do you how was his link up with
really
Dorgu
good?
More?
It was better. With Dorgu, it was better. He did pass it to him once or twice, but it was this link up with Xerxes that was like more impressive. Like when they made a little try. There were like 4 players there: Garnacho, Chido, Xerxes, and Dorgu, and they were causing problems. Like, and they were creating a lot of space on the other side for Ugarte of all people. So it looked like it was functional and things, and I just wonder if Amorim is going to continue his tactic of trying to body punch teams, keep the ball, work their block around, make them run around a bit, and then bring on young guns for half an hour to kill them,
or try and kill him. Oh, we're just going to have to see, man. So we're going with. So we are agreeing that obviously Dorgu starts on the left.
Yeah.
Dalot starts on the right.
Mm-hmm.
We've definitely got Ugarte, so it's either Ericsson or Bruno.
And Maguire definitely starts a centre back.
Yeah.
To be.
Yeah, 100%. He can't play anywhere else, and yeah, he has got an error in him. He has got a bad game in him, but he hasn't been terrible this season. So yeah, I suppose he does start.
I mean, I saw him and Cristiano Ronaldo play up front for the last 15 minutes against Real Sociedad. Like, is there any chance we can see Harry Maguire 9 unleashed again?
That would be worse than Arsenal playing Moreno up there again for the second.
He scored 2 goals.
Yeah, but then they played him the game after. He scored 2 goals because he was excited and that. But when they played him from the start, no, let's just leave Maguire.
Could be the new Chris Sutton.
I think we have to shuffle. When we look at what we've got Ahmad out. He's out of the equation for the rest of the season. So is Martinez. So a lot of these players have come to the fore. They've jumped ahead of the queue, and they're closer to the first team, and they are closer for contention as well. So this is a valid discussion we're having to have about Heaven and Chido, because they've become closer to the first team squad because of these injuries, and because we have to shuffle the pack a little bit. We're thinking long term. If we want to be winning something this season, Europa League, we got to get through to a team like Real Sociedad, who we've been drawn against. And I think it's just by the time we play them, we want to be having these guys ready to go, because we might need to lean on them, So I think it's a good opportunity to sort of, not saying we write off, big up to Shah United, by the way, how you doing well. I'm not saying we write off the Premier League. I just think take an opportunity. If you are going to play players, tomorrow is the perfect time and platform to bring them on and let them play from the start. Maybe if you're going to do it tomorrow, and then slowly give them confidence, to be ready for the bigger games that lie ahead, because we might need them. And I think you don't sign these players. These are the best of class This is the whole thing. Remember the best of class signings that Ineos are coming through. We've signed 2 best of class players, young players, who ideally are going to be closer to the first team than what we've got in the under 18s, and that's proven to be, because they're now in and around the first team squad, itching to get a game. So
where's Harry Amas?
He's playing. He was on the bench.
He didn't play tonight.
He didn't play tonight, no.
He didn't play tonight.
Oh, he didn't. So maybe he'd be on the bench again like he was the other day.
Do you think he can't play left centre back? I mean, last time I saw him, he was a little bit big of a player.
Yeah, he's good. If he plays, I think his position right now would be Dorgu's position.
Do you think Delo could go in as one of the centre backs, Dorgu on one side, Amas on the other?
That was suggested by someone. They were saying Delo.
Would that be? Do you think that would be too young?
What a centre back 3?
Well, no, I was more thinking of Dorgu one side and Amas the other, because Amas hasn't played a game. I know it's Ipswich, and I suppose they're saying the same thing about Cheetah, but at least Cheetah's had, all right, it's only 22 minutes. Do you think he would throw Amas in?
I haven't considered that possibility.
If he's ready, like we know Amarin likes, he does like playing kids, and he's done it. And Amas played I saw him play against Rosenborg, I think was the first time I saw him, and he didn't look physically ready, but we know Villa was sniffing around in the January transfer window. He's a Jason Wilcox like favourite. They wanted him to be like the starting left back or this season, and Ten Hag said no. So I mean, Amas has got to be getting close to being physically ready now. Like it's been 6 months since we last saw him. I don't know. I think maybe he could.
Okay.
All right. Well, look, we have picked our team ish. It's only score predictions from the guys in the chat. I haven't been confident of much games that we've played lately. And to be fair, I would rather get a great performance, and even if we get a draw, but I'd rather the win. But I want to see a performance, and hopefully the performance leads to a win. I go 3-1 United. I think Delapple scores trouble. Actually, that's a lie. 2-1 United. We don't score goals. Chido plays, then okay, we'll see. But I go 2-1 United.
Honestly, I'd go 1-1.
I'm going to go. Yeah, sorry.
I don't think we got a lot of goals in our team. I think we've got the ability to concede goals. We're not in a good moment. I think it's going to be 1-0.
I'm going to go with a 3-0 win. I think we can do it. We're at home.
What happened to the 1-0s that we used to get every week when we were like third and second?
We never used to get 1-0 wins, and I realised we're not about that life. We're not hardly scoring.
Yeah, but then you call it 3-0. You're not even saying 3-2.
Yeah, but the reason I'm saying 3-0 is because I just think we're at home. I think the way we came back against Everton would be encouraged. The players would be encouraged by that. And the talk after the game, what I remember ringing in my ears now, is that Bruno Fernandes, who's the captain and really talks a lot with the players, said we need to start better. Because they obviously performed later in the game. But if they need to start better, that's the whole point. We need to play over 90 minutes and start better the way they finished the game, and start that and continue it. If we get 1-2-0 up against Ipswich early on, but have that fire.
So what is this, hindsight with a hat-trick?
No, it's just basically what the players are saying. I'm basing it on what the players are saying, that they realise they needed to start better. And this is the whole thing. So when with that sort of attitude, they're going to go into this game saying, when they're huddled and everything, Bruno's going to be saying, let's go out there and start this game better. Let's get to them. Let's put them to the sword early and get a good advantage and lead. And that's what I think. That's why I think it could be 3-0 to Man United. So come on, United, let's do it tomorrow.
Okay, well, you're a lot more confident. I said 3. Yes, it's weird. When we had the chance to batter teams, you were giving 1-0s, and now look, it's the optimist in here, isn't it? Look, we've got a couple of scores in. So Stuart has gone 5-0 United. Stuart,
Nice.
God bless him.
And he's not going to the match because he's feeling pessimistic.
And he's actually got a Chino Hampshire come. It's weird, all of this, that it would be one of the best games in United that we've played, and you're going to be at home, Stuart. So yeah, maybe it's better that you stay at home anyway. Come watch and join us on the watch along, depressing ourselves. Simon is gone 3-2. Overhead kick has gone 2-1.
Boo him.
Boo. Oh shit, where's he gone? Oh bugger.
Hold on. Throw tomatoes. Come on.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. 2-1.
I'm amazed you know how to do that. Well done, Mr. B.
You're an idiot, after I swear. Fard's gone 2-0 United. We Deserve Better's gone 1-1.
Yes.
I Am Titanium. I love the way that he describes him. You give him a score, and he's like Twanzebe red card as well as the goal scorers. Vincent, as I said earlier, I would love my 10-1 to come out. Oh fuck. Yeah, look, you can read that.
No, that's good. That's good from Vincent. That's more understandable than normal. He said, I'd love my 10-1 to come out and make you say, wow, Vincent was right. But realistically, let's see 3-1. But if the 10-1 does come out, what a party we're going to have.
It would be a proper wow moment, Vincent. See if we've got any more scores in. So we can't afford to go 2-0 down.
That's a hell of a result for Palace. Wow. I watched the first half and it really annoyed me because Palace play the same system as us and they're just better at every department that I watched. It was so frustrating to see them.
Start from Mateta.
Mateta? Well, actually, a big part of it is Mateta being able to hold the ball up.
Yeah.
But it's also how they set up in a 4-1 at a possession and things. It's just they just looks like everyone else. They look so much better than us, and I really need to see a performance from like Amarin's system soon.
All right, look, guys, we've hit the hour mark nearly. We will be back tomorrow for the watch along. Against my better judgment. We will be after the reaction show. Within 15 minutes. We do have Stuart on there tomorrow. So Stuart, please don't drink too much during the game. Or we'll both end up swearing the night away. Bath time, will you be here tomorrow?
Probably not.
Okay, well, Stuart.
That's why I've recruited Stuart.
It looks like it's going to be me, you, and the other. Maybe it might be just me and you. But either way, look, we will be back for the reaction tomorrow. So it's going to be a lack a notch from me.
Lack a notch from me.
Lack a notch, guys.
And